Concerns surrounding uranium mining near the Grand Canyon have garnered national media attention. Federal officials are presently deliberating on mining laws that could affect operations around the national park. So how would this affect producers operating around the region and the supply of resources? Joining us today is Mark Chalmers. He is the CEO of Energy Fuels, the company behind the petition asking that the U.S. government buy its uranium exclusively from domestic sources and set a quota guaranteeing U.S. companies 25% of the market. Mark, welcome to the show. Happy to have you on here.
Glad to be on the show, Daniela.
Well, first and foremost, tell us more. I mentioned a bit at the start here, but tell us more about your petition here. What are you looking to accomplish?
Okay. Well, our petition is Section 232. And the reason we filed it is that under the Trade Act of 1962, if there is a commodity or material that could have national security implications, the President of the United States has executive authority to step in on trade in that regard. So we filed a petition because the United States consumes 1/3 of the world's uranium, and we're currently producing less than 1% of our requirements.
Wow, that's right. So you want to stop this. You want to say, hey, hold on a second. We need to be producing more in the U.S. here.
Absolutely. We think that to have a 99% dependency on imports for the largest consumer uranium in the world, it just doesn't make any sense. And it is truly a national security issue.
Okay, so let's talk about why this story in particular has garnered really national attention here. Mainly because conservation advocates are up in arms about how this would pollute the national park. So let's hear your take on this.
That's untrue, but anyways, it's a national security issue. We're looking at wanting to reestablish uranium mining activities across mainly the western United States. Certainly we're not planning to do anything inside a national park.
Okay, so you want to clarify that because that's really the issue with the activists here. They're saying, hold on, we don't want uranium being mined around a national landmark here.
Yeah, look, we do have one mine called the Canyon Mine, which is about 10 miles south of the Grand Canyon. That we would plan to mine, but it is not in the park. It is on public lands. It is a project that has had numerous federal court challenges. It has been successful in those challenges. It has been. They tried to put it up to the Supreme Court twice, so it's probably the most scrutinized project in the mining business in the entire United States.
So you feel comfortable and confident that humans and animals would not be affected by exposure by uranium mining, radiation?
Absolutely. It would never have been able to clear those federal court challenges if it was going to harm the environment in any way.
Okay. Let's also talk about uranium prices. How much of the petition is fueled by the fact that uranium prices, as you know, have fallen substantially in recent years?
Yeah, well, look at the price of uranium is too low to support mining of newly mined uranium, particularly by Western producers. So the current spot price is around $25 per pound, and the industry, at least in the Western world, needs $55 to $60 a pound or greater to actually mine uranium with any type of margin.
Okay, and how confident are you that you're going to move ahead here and convince the government to move forward?
Well, we filed the petition. The petition was evaluated by the Department of Commerce. They went through a very detailed 270-day process where they sent out a number of questionnaires. They visited a number of the facilities in the United States. We think that we've made a very strong argument that this is a national defense issue. And as I said from the beginning, we consume 1/3 of the world's uranium and producing less than 1%. That should shock people because a big chunk of that material that's being imported in the United States is coming from Russia and its allies, and China.
Why do you think that that's the case? Why do you think the U.S. hasn't acted on that sooner?
Well, first, a petition had to be filed. There was a petition, Section 232, filed in 1989, but that was a period of time when the uranium industry was a lot more robust than it is today. There were more facilities, more people, and at that time, there was less dependence on particularly uranium from our, our foes, basically.
And what has the reaction been from the rest of the uranium producers in the U.S.? Have they reached out to you? Are they supportive? Have you heard from them?
Well, there's just two of us that were the co-petitioners, Energy Fuels and UR Energy. The two of us filed the petition. Yes, I think that other producers in the United States are supportive of our petition. The reason that there's just two of us is we felt that it was we had to focus on companies that were pure plays for uranium production in the United States. And so we went it together, and we thought that we could move quicker and faster and more effectively by just having two petitioners rather than several.
Is the concern that, say, if the petition doesn't move forward, is your concern that uranium producers, the existing ones in the U.S., would have to be forced to close their doors?
Well, it would certainly be very challenging. I mean, we've been in challenge conditions for since Fukushima in 2011. It's been very difficult for all of us to survive. So we do need support. The industry is very challenged. We're producing at levels, such low levels that have not been seen since the 1940s. And again, I go back to what I said before, we're the largest consumer in the world. So I don't think that the United States of America and the people, the citizens of the United States of America are ready to throw the car keys at mainly the former Soviet Union and China.
So, Mark, what's next for you and the company? Are you really just waiting to see which direction this petition will take? And
yeah, well, we are waiting that, and the president's supposed to make some sort of decision by the 13th of July. But our company is a little different than most others because we also produce vanadium. We also do some recycling of low-level radioactive material into nuclear fuel, and we also have the potential to do some cleanup work of abandoned uranium mines. So we're more diversified than our peers. But yes, we are waiting for to see what the response is from the president on the petition.
Right, because if we just play out the scenario, obviously if the petition goes through, then you'll go through with with expecting to produce from there. But if it doesn't, what do you do?
Well, if it doesn't, we'll have to regroup. And as I said, we've got other ways to generate revenue as a company. We do believe the fundamentals of the uranium market are improving daily. So we think the price of uranium is going to recover up into that those prices that I talked about, that 55 to 60, because that is the true value of a pound of uranium or world production costs, a fair production cost. So, but no, it'll be a struggle if we get zero relief. But as I said, our company has ways of generating revenue that others do not.
All right. Mark Chalmers, CEO of Energy Fuels. I appreciate you taking the time to speak with us and giving us this exclusive interview. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Danielle.
Yeah, and thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow.